There's a room full of windows at the back of my house, and in the mornings I sit there and read. It's as filled with light as it's filled with chill, as the panes of glass do little to keep either thing out, but if you bring a thick blanket, it warms you more than you think. The panes of glass interact with the sun in odd ways, casting images around the room. Reflections on one window bring winter trees back to life, putting clouds where leafy green leaves would be. Sometimes the sun comes in so suddenly it blinds you, and everything turns bright. Sometimes the wind finds its ways through cracks and crevices and chills you to the bone. When the sun goes down, the room transforms from a safe haven into a glass prison, and the windows are no longer a way to look out, but a way to peer in. But right now, the room feels alive. The way the sun dances and the air is so crisp, it feels like an adventure. On days like this, I like to read fairy tales. Everyone says I'm too old for this, but I don't mind. Yes, it's cliche and contrived, but I swear, in a room like this, on a day like today, the magic can't be contained to a page. Once upon a time, there's no reason, there's no rhyme, just the way we've been taught to tell the story. A lamp so far away, just a thing we're taught to say, just a setting, just a backdrop for the glory. But in this room full of glass, it feels different, it feels near. The words all come alive, the magic starts to thrive. Listen closely, I swear you could hear that faraway land which this story holds dear. Here, close your eyes and breathe in. Do you hear those birds right outside? Do you feel the sun on your skin? Now open your eyes and look around. Yes, it's just plaster and glass, but look closer. Do you see that glint of sun? Those bright green leaves? It's a place of escape, if you'll let it be. I would never be called grand, never played a lucky hand, but in this room I believe I could fly. Watch the people far below, chase the rivers as they flow. You could join me as we wander through the sky. Yes, in this room full of glass, there is wonder, there's no fear. These stories bring us friends, the adventure never ends. Look more closely, I swear you could peer into tales that this magic brings near. Once upon a time, in a land full of magic, there was a tree. The tree reached so far into the heavens that its leaves tangled with the stars. They said its branches held fruit unlike any of our own, and its wood could withstand any blow. Not far from the tree, there was a kingdom full of people, old and young, wise and foolish. The people were as varied as the shadows cast by the great tree. It was a lively kingdom full of song and dance. Not every belly was full, and not every dream was fulfilled, but it wasn't an unpleasant place. The kingdom was ruled by a wise and strong royal family. The King Edward, his beautiful wife Christinia, and their son William. It was on a bright spring day, the kind that warms you and chills you all at once, that our story begins. William was sitting in the grand drawing room of the palace, reading a rather long book, while his mother had her portrait painted in the corner.
William, catch! You're under attack. What's your next move?
I would cover my head.
Does he have anyone with him?
Yes, a defenseless young woman and her 2 young children. You're the only thing standing between them and death. All right, you've dropped your sword. What do you do now? I'm gonna get
I
you.
tackle
What's
it.
okay. Good. But you do forget that your attacker has companions who rush up from behind. So at this point, well, you're all dead.
Stabbing from behind? He's a coward.
He's not a coward, William. He's just smart.
My liege, you have a messenger from the province of Tau.
All right, send him in.
Your Majesty.
Oh. You coming through to the harvest?
Yes, Your Majesty.
How goes it?
Your Majesty. Supplies have been going missing from the wheat stores, specifically the one nearest to Barsh. Their harvest this year was insufficient, and the people are under tight rationing. We suspect theft.
William, what would you do for this matter?
Are they starving? Can't we just give them some of the supplies?
And let Tuck starve along with them. Your Majesty, surely
Unfortunately,
not.
now is not the time for compassion. Winter will soon be upon us, and Ardent will not survive if we continue to turn a blind eye to such behavior. I'll have a proclamation sent to the province's guards. Any man or woman caught stealing will have their left hand removed.
But,
I doubt the problem will continue.
sir, shouldn't we at least try to help?
This is helping William. You'll understand one day. You're dismissed. You as well. You can finish the portrait at a later date. I doubt my wife's beauty will fade within your lifetime. You know that I love you, my boy, but you do realize that you will have to one day take my place in leading these people. They will turn to you. Now you just need a bit more,
Strength.
Yes, go and study, son. We'll see you at dinner.
Stand tall, son. You need to look like a king.
Although William had a wonderful life full of good food and beautiful clothes, he dreamed of more. He dreamed of wisdom, he dreamed of adventure, he dreamed of life beyond the truth.
I know I am meant to be. I know I am meant to stay. Meant to sit calmly on a throne, never meant to join the fray. I've never wanted for a thing. I've had fire and food and bed, but not once in my fine life have I ever led. Now will I know how to answer the questions that follow a storm? How will I be the kind of king who keeps his subjects warm? How can I learn of the world at my mother's side for tea? How can I be a leader if here I'll always be? A leader must be free.
William, I do hope you finished the book I assigned you. This focuses on sword play. I expect you to have it finished before our next
Yes,
lesson.
of course. I've never had adventure, never had reason to cry. I have been so sheltered all my life, but money cannot buy the heart of a true hero, the courage of a knight. I wish I knew of courage, but I've never had to fight. How will I know how to comfort a mother who's lost her child? How will I know to turn her pain from miserable to mild? How can I learn of sorrow if sorrow I'll never see? How can I be a leader if here I'll always be? A leader must be free. Why am I the one to lead them? Why can't I find the right way? I feel trapped in this gilded cage. And I know I have to stay. My movements aren't sure. My worry only grows. Will I open up a door or bring this all to a close? How will I show compassion to one who stole her fear? How will I understand the stranger if I stay right here? How can I learn of living if I don't see the sea? How can I be a leader if here I'll always be? A leader must be free.
Now, dreams aren't for princes alone. Dreams are for anyone whose heart will possess a wish. And as the prince dreamed in his beautiful palace, a girl dreamed the same in a little shop in the far side of the village. She was just a seamstress, but she too dreamed of life beyond the tree. Her name was Estelle. The stars looked so bright last night, like they'd just been relit.
So,
I wonder who lights the stars. I wish it could be me. I don't think there could be a more grand role in the entire world than to be the one who lights the stars.
Estelle.
I would be content just to see the hand of the person who does.
Estelle,
Chances are I never will.
your place in this world is to sew, as it is the bird's place to sing and the rat's place to steal.
But if I could, I would change my role to that of an adventurer.
There is no safety in adventuring. More importantly, there's no security. However, there is security in a well-sewn seam.
There has to be more.
You know who else wanted more? Your no-good Aunt Catherine. She went out looking for adventure, and do you know what came back?
A body! Well, I'm sure wherever she is, she's having a better time than I am here. At least she actually lived.
And just look how that turned out for her. You need to stop all this daydreaming, or it won't end well for you.
But Mother, just imagine the stars see the world unlike you and I, from the sky even higher than birds. They see past this village, past the mountain, past the tree, past where I will ever be. If I could ask them and they tell me where to go, I'd leave in an instant, cross deserts and snow. It's not that I'm hopeless, I just know that there's more. Give me wings and you'll find I can soar.
You know what else happened? That lovely roast chicken we had for dinner last night.
Mother! Ha! They could show me where the pirates dwell, where battles are fought and won. They could show me how to get to hell where you never see the sun. They could show me the riches of dragon horns, send me to a great ball where I dance with the Lord. I find wishes and wonders and all I could dream. Then I'd sink at my end, then at last in the stream.
So,
Oh stars, if you hear me, point me in the right way. For if you cannot help me, then here will I stay. If I could ask them and they tell me where to go, I'd leave in an instant, cross deserts and snow. It's not that I'm hopeless, I just know that there's more. Give me wings, give me wings, give me wings, and you'll find I can
see how much time dreaming wastes? It's nearly time to open the shop. I'll clean up. You go to the market and get more red thread.
Oh, and
No dilly-dallying.
though it was still early in the morning, the marketplace was already full of people. As the sun peered over the mountain, the town square filled with the sounds of artisans and traders promoting their wares. In the palace, William had been having a much more quiet evening. So quite. In fact, he nearly fallen asleep 6 times since leaving his princely bed.
I swear, if I have to read one more bloody page, I might die.
It wasn't that William had anything against reading. It was just that this book was rather old and full of too many long words and even longer explanations to be much fun.
Look at them all. They seem to be doing just fine living. I don't think they've ever read this book or any like it. I'm sure any books that they have are much more interesting. If I were to go and look around for an hour or so, I doubt anyone would even notice that I was gone.
Well, that's just perfect! You made me drop my thread!
And you got dirt all over me. Do you know how expensive this coat was?
More than it's worth with fabric like that. You can buy a whole yard's worth for less than a breakfast worth of eggs.
Are you insulting my clothing?
No, I'm insulting you for not knowing enough about your clothing. I make an effort not to insult clothing as even the, ugliest pieces take ages to make.
You're a seamstress, I presume?
Why, yes. Though I would rather be a lamplighter.
A lamplighter.
Ah, yes. As far as I can tell, that's the closest I'll ever get to being in charge of lighting the stars.
You do know that no one lights the stars. They're always there. You just can't see them during the day.
Says the man who doesn't even know how good the fabric of his own coat is. How can I possibly trust someone who doesn't know something as simple as that?
Do you know who you're talking to?
Well, it's rather presumptuous of you to expect that I know every single one of you noblemen. Especially when there are so many more important things to think about.
I'm William.
Good for you.
William, the crown, the prince, the Crown Prince William, that's me.
Oh, I'm so eloquent. It's a miracle I didn't recognize you sooner.
All right then, if you're so smart, tell me why the stars never go out.
Oh, but they do. Sometimes they fall from the heavens and you can see them race across the sky.
And where do they go from there?
Light from there, they burst into a million pieces on the ground and light up on the tails of fireflies.
You're rather ridiculous, you know.
And you're rather rude.
Would you meet me back here tomorrow?
Only if you wear a nicer coat.
Time passed, and the two continued to meet every day when they could. William would tell Estelle about his studies, and she would tell him her stories. Over time, they became close friends. So, what did you learn today?
I learned how the snow falls.
And how exactly does Madame Cebulina believe the snow falls?
The snow is ice from the heavens that falls to earth in December. A reminder of the season, so we're thankful for the spring dims the fire of war-torn ember.
Oh,
Oh,
well, it seems like a rather dull, unhelpful explanation.
then how would you explain it?
Giant damage. That or little bits of glass, I would think.
Oh, it's certainly not glass.
How do you know?
Glass is just melted sand, and it's sharp, and I don't see people getting stabbed by
Melted
snow.
sand?
Yes, it's actually quite interesting. They use different types of sand to make different colors.
And you still say that stars can't become fireflies. How is that any more ridiculous than sand becoming glass? Anyway, guess what I learned today? I borrowed one of your books. It was fine, but I think we can make it a bit more exciting. Ready? Teach me how you believe the snow falls.
Teach me how you perceive the sky.
Let me know the whispers of your ever-changing mind, and we'll find the truth as days go by. Seasons changed and a chill filled the air. It was colder than was ideal, but Will still waited for Stell any day he could in the garden. I can't stand her!
What did she do this
Oh,
time?
just one of her usual monologues. A lady is someone who's simple. A lady is sweet and shy, full of elegance and poise, hardly making any noise. And she looks like she doesn't have to try. I know it's ridiculous, but the more she says it, the more I think that's the only option, and I'm just messing up. I don't want my life to be like that.
I was just reading something.
Of course you were.
Oh, you'll like it this time. The Amazons.
What on earth are the Amazons?
A group of ancient warrior women that fought better than any man.
Well, if the man we're comparing to is you, that's not saying much.
Come on, look. Teach me how you believe the snow falls.
Teach me how you perceive the sky.
Let me know the whispers of your ever-changing mind, and we'll find the truth as days go by.
When the snow did come, they saw each other less, but every once in a while, when their parents were occupied, Will would come to the shop.
Stell, would you check this?
Huh,
I thought it looked all right.
it's not awful.
Not awful?
Nice. All right, it's wonderful, but if you show it to a single soul, I swear I'll never speak to you again, because I refuse to lose my job to a stuck-up prince who need clients to afford his next meal.
Oh, Stell, I think yours is wonderful too.
No, it isn't.
No, it's a lovely fish.
It's a bird, Will.
Okay, it needs a bit of work, but that doesn't mean that you aren't beautiful. I mean, the way you are, not the way you look. You look fine, but
Let's
not what I.
go tidy up the fabric room before my mother gets home.
Please, please.
Yeah.
Where do you think you're going?
I'm going to see Will.
I sincerely hope that you did not just refer to Prince William Christian Arden as Will.
Well, if I made his head any bigger, the crown wouldn't fit.
Estelle, you can't keep doing things like this. You're going to get us both in trouble.
Mother.
He doesn't care about you.
Mother.
And even if he did, by the spring he'll move on to some other pretty plaything, and you'll be left a heartbroken seamstress who doesn't know how to sew.
Off to see that pretty young girl you've been spending so much time with.
The peasant,
Mother, she's so much more than that.
and yet still so much less than you. I did not raise you to be stupid, William. You don't honestly care for this girl, do you?
Father, surely you've noticed how much my sword play has improved and my studies.
Yes, well, I've also noticed I've come to disregard all sense of logic and propriety. What is fanciful in the summer often becomes ugly and withered in the fall.
It's high time you let that go, son.
So, what did you learn today?
Not much, honestly. You?
Nothing really?
Oh.
Yes. Well. See you later then.
Stell,
Yes!
do you ever wish that you could run away?
Every day.
Why don't you?
I've never known where to go, and I've always thought I would get rather lonely.
Would you run away with me?
But you're a prince.
And you're a seamstress.
But what if we don't have to be? What if we could be something more? Teach me how you believe the snow falls.
Teach me how you perceive the sky. Let me know the whispers of your ever-changing mind, and we'll find the truth as days go by. And so they packed their bags and were off before either of them could fully realize what they were doing. Through the market and towns, across hills and past streams, they ran until they reached the base of a giant tree. The tree was gargantuan and seemed to grow taller the longer they looked at it. The fruit on its branches smelled sweet and made their stomachs turn from hunger, so they decided to sit their packs down and rest and decide where to go on from there.
It's so big.
The tree?
The world.
Well, yes, that's kind of the point.
Now that I'm out here, I feel so small.
Well, you still seem rather tall to me. So, where do we go from here?
I want to learn how to be a leader.
That is all well and good, but it's not really a direction now, is it?
Where do you want to go?
I want to find where I can light the stars.
And what direction is that exactly?
It's everywhere. Nowhere. All at once. We won't know until we get there.
I think I need to sit down for a moment.
What? Tired already?
A little.
I suppose we can rest. Just for a second. We have been walking all day. And you must know, I am just a little teensy, really, a minuscule amount of sleep and oil. You are absolutely exhausting to be around. So, I guess we can. Just for a moment. That broke her back.
Sleep well, Stella.
Not far from where they slept, the ocean roared and a ship sat in its harbor. It was not a friendly ship and did not carry friendly passengers. Those beneath its deck were pirates and mercenaries.
Come on here, you lazy!
What can we do for you, Captain?
Oh, just a simple counting game. We'll do very nicely. Let's see. How many ships have we spotted in the last week?
3, Captain.
Shipwreck!
And how many ships have we left in a fiery blaze behind us, taking their gold and their glory on our merry way? Speak up. I would love to know the answer.
Well, not very many.
Not even one, Captain. But you see, we haven't been able
All
to.
that I can see here is that I appear to be hosting a floating in 4 dimwits who cannot take down one single ship.
But, Captain, their ships are faster than ours. It seems they can outrun our cannons.
Faster than birds they are.
And how do you propose we get a better ship if we have no gold left? Well, nothing. Lucky for you, lousy lot, I found us an opportunity. Remy! Remy!
You, Captain.
Remy, why don't you show these fools what you found this morning when you went into town?
What'd you get? I found that. What?
That. The prince, you idiot.
Why would we help a prince, Captain?
We are not going to help him. You're going to find him first. Hold him at ransom until he agreed to double the rhyme.
What are we going to do with him once we have our hands on him?
We're going to throw him overboard.
Oh, yes.
Tear him to pieces.
No! We need the prince alive. Do you think your dimwits can handle that? No.
Aye,
Captain. It's hard life on the ocean. It's hard life on the sea.
like the sin. Oh, what a pirate wouldn't do for copper in the tin.
And if a pretty lady falls in our hands as well, we will make her swab the grimy deck and ring the kitchen bell. And if her mother asks on her, oh no, we'll never tell, but push the lady overboard and send her straight to hell.
For a pirate's life is treasure, a pirate's life is sin. Oh, what a pirate wouldn't do for copper in the tin.
So we'll sail across the ocean and hear the winds a sigh. Ah, and once we give the Princey back, you'll never tell a lie. And across the turning waters, our ship would seem to fly. Ah, and if I weren't upon ship, I swear that I would die.
Do it then!
For a pirate's life is treasure, a pirate's life is sin. Oh, what a pirate wouldn't do for copper in the tin. For a pirate's life is treasure, a pirate's life is sin. Oh, what a pirate wouldn't do for copper in the tin.
There was more luck than anything that led the pirates to William and Estelle. They'd run around in circles until they'd grown tired and hungry, when one suggested they go to the tree to find any fruit to snack on. To their surprise, there was the very prince they'd been searching for, and fast asleep too. They bundled him up along with his companion and took them back to their ship, excited to show their captain. Oh, it's Prince!
I did this for gold.
Then let me make a bargain with you. I will give you all the gold on my person if you let me and my companion go free.
Of course, my illustrious prince, and where might this gold be?
Why, of my sleeve, of course, but it's caught in a way I cannot remove it with these bindings.
Unbind it. Now where is this gold?
Oh, I hid it in my boots. Now let us go, or we'll discover that the gods are the only ones with golden blood.
Beat stones and voices screamed as a great fight went on. With the rush of adrenaline and memories of duels in the books they'd read together, William and Estelle proved themselves to be formidable adversaries. They worked together as a team with movements as fluid as the ocean below. Do you have any last words?
Or do we have to say them for you?
Please, my prince, I did not mean to harm ye. I am just but a poor captain, and I would do anything for a little bit to go.
It's not me you have to worry about pleasing.
He's right, you know. What do you want? Please, please, I'll do anything.
I wish to become the new captain of this vessel and use it to sail to new lands.
I don't think. And so it shall be. There it goes.
For now we seek adventure. For now we seek the thrill of sailing across the open sea. She'll take us where she will.
Constantly rocking ship and salty air, Estelle told the pirates her stories of stars and adventure, and William taught them table manners. The pirates taught them sea shanties, how to navigate using the stars, and they danced and danced. Set the fire!
Open air and count the stars above. Ready your hearts for terror and give your fears a shove.
Keep your hound close when you chew and do not slurp but sip. Your shirt is not captain upon this captain's ship. One, two, three, 1, 2, 3, 2. 1, 2, 3, 2. 1.
Lead us to tomorrow, show us a distant shore. Lead us to adventure, then take us to some more. For now we seek adventure. For now we seek the thrill of sailing across the open sea. She'll take us where she will. And though Estelle knew this was more of an adventure than she could have ever hoped for, in her heart, she wished for something more.
So, Captain, where to next?
The stars are so bright when you're out at sea.
They are, aren't they?
I wonder how many more there must be if you can see all of these from out here.
I'm sure there must be thousands.
Millions.
I guess there really is no limit to how much we can explore.
I hope so. Would you run away with me?
Do the stars have to be relit?
No sooner than they had packed their things, the dark island appeared on the horizon. But as they sailed closer, it became clear that the pirates had no intention on landing. In fact, their songs and dances turned into sharp glances and weary whispers. It is with a heavy heart I relinquish my captainship of I know I will be missed, but I am certain it is being left in capable hands.
We will miss you all. Terribly.
As my last official act as captain, I wish to land on that island.
No can do, man.
You'll do as she said.
Oh, but we're more afraid of that there island than either of you two.
Why's that?
They say that that island has nothing on it but black stones that turn your dreams into nightmares. And if you reach down to the middle, you will find a stairway that leads straight down to hell.
Well, if you lot are too afraid to go, then I guess we will, and I will just have to borrow the dinghy and go ourselves.
Estelle, perhaps we should wait for another island. This one does seem a little unappealing.
Nonsense! We ran away to find adventure. What island could breathe more adventure than one with a stairway to hell? Besides, there are a few people down there I would like to say hello to.
You're ridiculous.
And you're boring!
Set off first thing in the morning?
Perfect. The night of the boat was somber. The pirates had grown fond of their new captain and were certain when she and William went to the island they would never return. Still, they offered to anchor their boat and wait for a week to see if they returned with their lives. But Estelle told them to move along and find their own adventure. So they sang songs of sunken ships and lost lovers and said goodbye to their friends. The morning was bleak as the dinghy splashed into the water, but Estelle and William were excited, the scent of adventure fresh in the air.
Do you think we'll actually find a staircase to hell on this island?
I hope so.
I guess I do too. How wonderful would it be to say you've been to hell, but you make it back down.
I do hope it's warmer down there. Seawater makes you colder than anything.
You said you wanted to find someone down there?
Well, I assumed you would want to meet all the great authors that ought to be down there. But if they're too busy for visitors, I hope to find my Aunt Catherine. She was a lovely woman, but terribly prideful. That's a deadly sin, you know. If she is down there, I want to ask her what she regrets not having done before dying.
I hope we find her then. It would be nice to meet some of your family. I can see where your ridiculousness comes from.
Believe me, I got that all on my own. When the dinghy pulled up to the shore, it made a horrible scraping sound that almost sounded like screams. Estelle stooped, grubbing a handful of the black sand that covered the shore. It was rough, but strangely seemed to gleam even in the dim light. William and Estelle caught hands and began walking. When they reached the center of the island, they found a hole filled with air so putrid it tinged the light around it.
Are you ready?
I wish for adventure. I'm not going to turn my nose up at it when it comes. Together they entered the hole. Now turned ice cold. Had they not been frozen in place, they would have fallen to the ground.
You interrupt my work and ignore my questioning. Impudent fools!
In that moment, William found a kind of bravery he had never known before. A special kind of bravery that can be only born out of pure love.
You dare stand against me!
I'd stand against 100 demons stronger than you! You will not harm us!
How you defeat me!
I'll fight you!
The demon began to laugh. It was a horrible sound, booming and screeching in unearthly harmony.
Oh, little one, you would never win.
But I can die trying!
No! No!
Still, I
No!
can!
No! I can defeat you without using a single sword.
And how do you imagine you do that?
I'm going to tell you about the sea.
Oh.
I'm going to tell you about the sea and remind you of all of the beautiful things in this world, and then you're going to let us go. The demon was confused at her certainty, but with that confusion came interest. The demon agreed to hear what she had to say.
All right, girl, speak!
For they seem to be nothing like these flames that call the wildness of the sea, constantly in turmoil, twisting and changing, deaf to the sound of anyone's cry or plea. And yet, the moments when it's still, it seems to mirror the
of a sea which I could never reach. I'm as trapped in this pit as these souls.
We can bring you the sea if you let us do as we please.
Fools! No mortal can possess such power!
I have my ways. That moment, she reached into her pack and flung out the mass of black sand she had collected in the shore above, meeting the heat of hell and melted as it transformed into a great sea of red glass filling the great cavern. It was as terrifying as the sea in the world above and equally magnificent. I know. It grows and it ebbs and it comes from above. The promise of joy, the temptation of love, more lively than winter, more constant than rain, more constantly changing. It's ever the same. It dances in the sun. It glistens in the moonlight. It tempts you to run for your dreams to take flight. As beautiful as life, as dangerous as dreams, thrilling in its glory, more powerful than it seems. Softer as it took in the beauty, unable to take its eyes off the mesmerizing movement, it shrank until it too became nothing more than a gentle stream, leaving the souls in peace. Aunt Catherine!
Oh, my child! I always knew you were a strange one.
So this must be the famous ant.
Glad to hear my tales outrun me. And who might you...
I will. I mean, I'm Stell's. I'm your
It's
niece's.
the reason I found you.
I'm glad for it. Though I am surprised to see you so soon. You still seem so... lively.
Oh, we weren't planning on staying long. In fact, I think it's time that we should go, Stell. You seem drained.
I had so much I wanted to ask.
My darling, I have so much I want to tell you.
Stell, you seem pale.
What have you heard of my adventures?
Not nearly enough.
They were magnificent. Griffins and beasts you've only dreamt of. Dashing young men, both noble and corrupt. Piles of treasure that I found and acquired.
Stell, please, let's
Just
hurry.
a minute.
Stell!
Fine. Just tell me, what must I do before I die?
Find power, my darling. What else is there?
Be fierce in your dreamings, as wild as the sea. Learn your adventure and watch the world agree. Bask in the sun, glisten in the moonlight. Find those who could outrun and block out their life. As volatile as life, as dangerous as dreams, take hold of your adventure, far more powerful than it seems. Well, so they ran to the stairway and ascended into the sun, but instead of the black shore they expected, the sun fell upon a beautiful field of flowers, so bright and colorful they almost seemed to be jewels. Suddenly, Estelle collapsed into William's arms. She was shaking. We shouldn't have stayed down there that long.
I know. Here, lay down. Are you all right?
I was so scared that I was going to lose you.
Is this where we turn and go home?
Lose you completely.
But you need to.
I don't want to be a burden to you
And
ever.
you never would.
What
be
now
one.
gets to be too
I
much?
won't. can't. After facing demons in hell, what worse could we find? Gorgons? More pirates?
Your mother?
Yours?
I think I need to lie down for a moment.
What, tired already?
A little. So they sank amongst the jewel-covered grass, content to leave adventure behind for a little while, enjoy being alive and being together. And I believe that's a good place for a pause. Let's let our heroes have some rest and leave them for a little while. For in this room full of glass, there is wonder, there's no fear. The words all come alive, the magic starts to thrive. Listen closely, I swear you could hear all the love which this story holds dear. Suddenly, in a dash of light, a star darted across the night sky. But instead of disappearing, it seemed to fill the world before them until it fell between them and burst into a flurry of new stars swarming in the air.
What on earth?
Fireflies!
I see stars in her eyes, whisper of a promise of the world. She's so beautiful, I wonder how it is that I'm beside her. She's the brightest, clearest song I've ever heard.
Do you see the stars around us? Do you see them in the sky? Do you feel the way they beckon? Do you hear the words they cry? Oh, they tell us of the wonders, the likes of which we've never seen. If we follow, we could wander further than we'd ever
It's a
dream.
beauty that you've never seen before.
It's a miracle of nature that my world can seem so bright.
It's so magical, oh, I could soar. Who knew there could be so much love?
Everything felt so alive, so electric. It was simple
one ever told you you're wonderful? Estelle,
Yes?
do you ever think you could go back?
Back where?
Back home?
I feel as if I'm home right now.
Home to the kingdom, I mean.
I know.
Then could you?
Well, I don't know. It just seems so insignificant after seeing all that we have.
It does.
Could you?
I have to eventually. I have a duty to my
But
people.
do you want to?
I want to do what's right.
But do you want to go back?
Not if you're not there.
Oh.
Would you ever go home? Could you let yourself stay? You would never be alone, for I'll be there, come what may.
We could make ourselves adventures, though our kingdom may be small.
Would you go home? Could you go home?
There is more out there than we could ever see. Bridges to cross, places to be. There's no reason to slow down, for there is no end. There is more out there, let's follow every bend. Could you ever go home? Be trapped again, forced to live as you have been raised, forced to always pretend when there's freedom in the air, an adventure in the wind. Could you go home? Would you go home?
Estelle, I know it seems so small and insignificant right now, but if you ever did decide to come back, would you come back as my queen?
I am hardly fit to be a queen.
The woman who's bested parts and been to hell and back, hardly fit to be queen. I'd hate to see who is.
But I know nothing of proper etiquette or politics. I know so little. I don't even know
But
what I don't know.
you know of bravery and brilliance and love. Besides, you know more about clothing than anyone in the
And you're sure that you'll still love me if we're not off having adventures?
Estelle, my adventure is...
But is your freedom too? You could spend your life with me and still never feel free.
There's freedom in your choice. There's adventure in your voice. Would you go home? Will you come home? There are people to save, wars that must cease. It is time we should return and live happily.
Would I still be free?
There's a home back there for you and me.
Will
I have a duty. Home is where we should be. For you are my home. Home is where we should be.
I need a moment.
All right, then. Fine.
The night grew colder, but the temptation of another's warmth wasn't enough to surrender their pride. A chilled wind cut through the air. With high shrieks and a quiet thrumming like a heartbeat, it grew louder and louder, till they realized it was the sound of wings.
Is that a dragon?
Unless you know another name for an enormous flying lizard, then yes, I would say it is. It's smaller than I expected.
You expected this?
You didn't! The two stared into the dragon's beady eyes, unable to move from fear. The dragon stared back. It was like a giant cat, sleek and on the hunt.
Do you think it can talk?
Well, it hasn't said anything yet.
This will be such a wonderful story to tell when we get home.
What is it with you and going home? At a sudden burst of movement, the dragon swept forward and grabbed Estelle in its fearsome talons. William could do nothing but scream her name as he was swept away. The hope which had been so alive the night before seemed to vanish with the dew. In its place, there, through, was all.
never been a hero. You are the one who is strong. But you need me. Can I save you? I have the strength inside all along. This heat may make ashes of me. I'm lost without you by my side. It's time that I step forward. I can no longer hide. Never you held of your fights on your own. You taught me to be a leader. You shaped me as I've grown. So now it's time for me to be your savior, and I will. Our story's just beginning. We have so much to do still.
Will traveled night and day searching for evidence of the dragon's lair. Bits of bone littered the ground. A bloodied breastplate served as a mirror of battles long lost. But worst of it all was the stench. Rotten and thick, it grew stronger as he approached the cave, carved into a great stone wall.
I'm coming, I'll save you, don't fear and don't fall. I'll make it as you do, I'll conquer it all. Today, I'm the hero, today I'm the king. I'm coming for you, let warning bells ring. I would bear the weight of the world to save you. You are my world, as long as you're mine. I go back to the very depths of hell on your cue. You may not be me now, I can't wait for a sign. Hold on, I am coming. Hold on while you can. I'm willing it now. We won't say that I ran from the danger that threatened to take you from me. We'll cheer our names when they say, I fought through dragon's fire today. Dragon, come out and face me!
Through the deafening silence, a slithering sound emerged, like 1,000 snakes across the stone floor. First came smoke, then fire, then the great dragon's head.
What have you done with her?
The dragon did not respond.
No!
Wiped them off, not liking how they looked, covered in blood. He stood there for a moment, taking in what had just happened, and then the reason for this horrible task flooded back into his mind.
Stell!
Will, a voice echoed out of the cavern. She stumbled out. Her face was white and it was covered in dirt, but she was there. Will grabbed onto her and held on as though the world would fall away if he let go.
Stell, you're alive. Are you alright?
I think so. I don't think it did anything. It's hard for me to think without this move.
What did that thing do to you?
It grabbed me. Its claws were so sharp.
And after it brought you here?
It just put me up on a high ledge. There was gold all around and jewels and bones. Will, there are so many bones.
Did it try to hurt you?
No, it just walked. Every time I would move, its eyes would follow me. It never tried to do anything until I tried to get down. It lunged at me, so I just stayed up there. There was nowhere for me to go. There was nothing for me to do. There was another girl there, Will. She's been dead for days. I think it collects them.
Are you alright now?
I don't know if I ever would have made it out if you hadn't distracted
Stell,
it.
are you
There
alright?
would just be another pile of blood.
You're alright now. You're alright.
Yes.
I'm all right now.
I'll never leave you again, I promise.
Ever, ever?
Never ever.
They sat there for a moment and breathed as they regained control of their reality. Eventually, Stella was able to stand and fully leave the cave. Her eyes squinted in the sunlight, but her eyes grew large when she saw the carcass of the beast outside. Will you slay the dragon?
You taught me well.
I hardly think I taught you all that. Will, the treasure!
Treasure?
No, the dragon's hoard. You slayed the dragon, the hoard is yours. Neither one of them felt much like going into the cave, but there was enough treasure littered about the entrance to make a rich man count his coffers. It was magnificent and golden and gleaming, but all Will could notice was how it paled in comparison to Estelle's faint smile.
Estelle, you look beautiful in this necklace.
It's so grand, I'd have nowhere to wear it.
I'd say it's fit for a queen.
Eventually, Estelle regained her strength and they left the cave and climbed up the mountain. When they reached the top of the mountain, they could see a slightly scorched kingdom not too far below. At the center of the kingdom, there was a palace. The hovels that surrounded it were covered in soot bought by the dragon, no doubt, but the palace itself was spotless, save a few half-burnt flags. It was guarded by formidable warriors. They sneered at William and Estelle as they neared the gate. Excuse us.
Excuse me, but I wish for an audience with your king.
And who are you to wish for anything?
Anyone can wish.
And I believe you wish to see me. I am Prince William of Ardent, heir to the throne of my own kingdom. This is Estelle, my betrothed, and I have slayed your dragon.
The guards were aghast as they stared at the dragon's head. They quickly bid them inside and left their troops gates. They found their way through the palace through a labyrinth of halls. Eventually, they found themselves in a great stone room. In the center of the room, sat a dais, and on that dais sat a man with a rather stony expression.
And who exactly are you?
I am Prince William of Ardent, and I brought you the head of the dragon, which has clearly been tormenting this land.
My good sir, we are forever indebted to you. Welcome. And who is this you brought with you?
I am...
Oh, I don't believe I was speaking to you.
This is Estelle, my betrothed, and I'd appreciate it if you showed her the same respect you'd show any other future queen.
Oh, well, of course. We'll just have to get her washed up and changed into something more suitable.
Thank you, my lord.
And now, do you believe you'll be staying long?
I'm unsure, my lord.
Well, you're welcome as long as you need to be now, Matthew. Have the maids go draw back the lady does quite smell. I fear it comes from those old rags who find the dress as well. And have the queen teach her to stand with back a little straighter, and have a proper bite united, not a moment later.
It's just lovely to meet you, my dear. Now tell me all about yourself. Lovely now, my dear. That handsome man you came here with, he's going to be king. We'll see each other often and oh, what a lovely thing! But we must work some magic if you want his love to stick. Some pearls and loads of lace are sure to do the trick. It's all for show, to show respect, to show this lovely lad of yours that you're the best that he can get. So best you know and not forget that you must show.
My dear.
Oh, it is flowers!
Now tell me, how has your harvest been this year?
I don't know as I was trapped. But I do know some of the wheat who's having troubles with rot.
Oh, well, you must be careful with wheat. Just one rotten grain here is poisoning a great reader.
Could one grain be so potent?
Oh, you'd be surprised at the toxicity of a single thing. Now tell me, this lady you came here with, what kingdom she from?
My own, your majesty.
Oh, the queen that you must choose one day should be a simple thing.
Us not you little temptresses, now bid you wed our king.
So as she might seem deathly now.
My liege is right to bite me.
If you give her too much trust, she may prove to be flighty. It's all for show, to show control, to prove your power greater than the average grasp of one man's soul. So best you know your place and role, as you must show. Control.
Estelle may not be the typical queen, but she's wonderful. She's wonderful at everything. Just because she had a different upbringing than you or I doesn't mean that she's not as brilliant as you are. In fact, I think she's more brilliant than you will ever be.
Oh, and you'll stand firm in that belief?
So far beyond the day I die.
My thief.
She may be misguided, but she is not
This
weak.
much the planet
Shouldn't
full
you
of.
look like standing straight, my dear? Look, if you're to marry royalty, your value must improve.
You do not want to be a savior, Prince Tracy, will you?
Oh, lady, no, nothing of you are being compensated.
But next she seems a little off. But next to the king she says.
Talk about you like this. Oh, they're just jealous. Are you happy? What ridiculous costume try this on next?
As guests arrive, we must ensure our current contacts will concur.
Where we wait and where we pause, for if we fail, we'll look like those.
So ceremony circumstances often grant us pretty chances.
Prove to them that we know best.
This most vital quest.
Proper placement predicates predictable proprietary plans.
Quite right.
Now, kind of songs to want for size. I think the color suits your eyes.
Quite dated, but you see.
The new dress certainly.
Pick out a fabric that feels right.
That calls for better fit to bite.
So lift your shoulders.
Stop your chin.
Puff out your chest.
Don't waste skin.
How your waistcoat lies.
Before on the highest degree, what will ensure complacency. Comme on voit tout doit avoir du pouvoir. Oh, mon pauvre, tu dois avoir du pouvoir. Oh, mon pauvre, tu dois avoir du pouvoir. Vous êtes digne de respect. It's all for show, to show respect, to squash our revolution.
To be the best queen yet.
So that you know and not forget
That you must show.
that you must show that you have to show respect.
Preparations for the ball seemed to go on for days, even though it may have only been a few hours. It was only moments before the ball commenced that William was able to have a moment's peace. He lost the attention of the king and his attendants as they were distracted with final preparations for the ball. So he sank into one of the thrones in the great ballroom and looked out into space and thought about home. His thoughts were interrupted by gentle footsteps. He looked up and was stunned to see one of the most beautiful sights he'd ever seen.
Estelle, you look beautiful.
I feel rather itchy.
Don't be silly. Come here. I have a present for you.
Well, you really didn't have to
I
do
know,
anything.
I know, but I saw it and I thought of you, and it's just.
Well, here. Thank you. I'm sorry, that wasn't supposed to be a ceremony.
Is there any other way to do things here?
I can't really blame them. That's just the way of life at court. Always having to show off your power so that no one tries to take it from you.
Don't you get tired?
Not that anyone can see. Well, anyways, when I saw this, it reminded me of the stars at sea, so bright. And every night I would look out at them and I'd want to bring them down and give them to you. And I saw this and I thought that in some small way maybe I could.
Stars are a lot heavier down on Earth.
Are you all right?
What?
I just miss your smile.
I'm sorry. I'm just not used to all of this.
That's okay. You'll learn quickly. Besides, you have me as your teacher.
I'm sorry I don't already know all of this.
I don't expect you to, but I know you can.
Can I?
Yes. I mean, I did, and I thought I never could. It's all thanks to you. You taught me so much. If it weren't for you, I'd still be that lost little boy. No strength at all. Unable to help a single person, let alone lead a kingdom.
Well, I'm glad you found yourself.
Thank you for helping me.
But if you have grown so much, would it be all right if I didn't go to this ball tonight?
Stella?
Could you be all right on your own just for one night?
You don't understand. I still need you.
Is that me?
Could it be? Just for tonight.
Just one night?
I know it's not your typical adventure, but it's who I need you to be.
Who you need? At that moment, a great chime rang out in the hall, flooded with guests.
Steps go 1, 2, 3, but here's step 3, 4, 5. Just pay attention to your cues and try to look alive. It's just a little thing, it's just a little tip. Be careful not to lose yourself, be careful not to slip. It's just a little thing, it's just a little tip. Be careful not to lose yourself, be careful not to slip.
properly and tall. But keep your eyes upon your feet, be careful not to fall. It's just a little thing, it's just a little guide. You should shine outward as you dance and keep your ears inside.
It's just a little thing, it's just a little guide. You should shine outward as you dance and keep your fears inside.
Did you see the way she walks?
She knows the way she breathes, she's fit to be a queen.
It's just a little thing.
It's just a little rule.
And if you cannot learn quite fast, you will look like a fool.
It's just a little thing, it's just a little rule. And if you cannot learn quite fast, you will look like a fool.
I've faced dragons and demons alike. I've moved mountains to find which path I should take. I've sailed across the sea with no fear. I've never allowed my courage to shake. And I can't be what they want me to be. It's dancing and tea times and fitting rooms. It's gossip and champagne and family tunes. Can I be who you need me to be? Although it's not really me. Can I be who you need me to be and follow you home? My adventure is out in the world. It's in sword fights and sunbeams and moon skies. I see it so near I could scream, but if it brings you joy, I'll give you lies. I am trapped by who I need to be. It's small talk and manners and stamping down. It's bearing the weight of a guilty crown. Can I be who you need me to be? Although it's not really me. Can I be who you need me to be? Follow you home. I wanna run. I wanna fly. I wanna light the stars in the sky. I wanna curse. I wanna scream. I want adventure. I want my dream. Woo!
tell something's wrong. Why did you come out here?
It's all too much. All the rules and the gossiping and the dancing. I'm not from this world, and it's not the most welcoming place.
It can be intimidating. Don't worry. You'll have plenty of practice with all of this once we're home.
Yes.
Shall we go back inside?
Let's go home.
I never dreamed of the way this could be, full of color and light and sound. Twisting and turning my senses when magic smiles.
I know what you've told me. I've made up my mind.
We go back home, who knows what we'll find.
You faced dragons to bring me safely home. You fought pirates and told me all your fears. You stood for me when I cried. You're the one thing that always held dear. There's a home back there, one of warmth and peace. People to say, wars that must cease. It is time we should return and live happily. There's a home back there for you.
Let's go home, Stella.
There's a home back there
For you and me.
So they headed off, this time for home, to a kingdom which seemed much smaller when they first stepped beyond its walls. This leg of the journey was more boring than adventurous, but they enjoyed each other's company all the same. They'd been walking for hours until they heard a high, whistling sound. It was sharp and fast, but startling. They jumped, trying to see what had caused it. Who's there?
Highwaymen!
Stop hiding. Face us, you coward.
No, I wouldn't call myself a coward. Just smart.
What do you want?
Well, all that gold you seem to be carrying could make a nice parting gift.
I have a better plan for you. You give us everything you've collected today, and we'll let you live.
Oh, you will let me live. Oh, how precious. And tell me, darling, what experience do you have letting people live?
I have gone from captive to captain. I have journeyed through hell and returned unscathed. I have escaped a dragon and survived a ball. Now tell me, what experience have you?
The highway launched forward with a sharp dagger. Estelle dodged and Will smiled. Besting this man seemed to be an easy enough feat.
Will we finish?
Stella! No, this isn't what's supposed to happen. This isn't how it's supposed to be. Yes?
Carry me to a street. Will carried Estelle for what felt like centuries and moments all at once. Estelle felt the life draining from her, but she could not bring herself to cry. For in her heart she knew this is where she was always headed, the greatest adventure she would ever know. She felt Will shudder as they reached the stream. The sun was setting and its beams melted on the surface, but the water was cold as he lowered her in.
Stella, please, don't leave me.
I'm sorry, Will, but I have to go.
No! You have to come home with me, start our new adventure together.
That was never my adventure to have. I love you, but this is all always been the path that I've been on.
This can't be happening. You can't leave me. I can't stop.
How brightly the stars shine in the darkness. How quickly adventure turns to rest. How soon I know I will be among them. So please, don't forget me, lest I fall and our adventure slip away. Even when I'm gone, I swear I'll stay.
What adventure could possibly come of this? I'll be alone, and you'll be... Stop.
I'll be lighting the stars. And every night as you look up at the stars, you'll know that I was thinking of you as I love them. And I'll see you looking up at me. And
Remembering my greatest adventure. Shine even brighter, the stars around you. I'll still call you when we are miles apart. Don't you worry, don't you fear, you aren't forgotten, for you've stolen into the crevices of my heart. Brightly as the stars still shine, as I am yours, oh you are mine. And even the stars still grace this world again.
lighting a path for you to follow.
I won't be quick to come and join you, though you'd never be ashamed. Let this promise ring true and not be hollow.
We will rest in love and last. When the future meets the past, we will rest in love and last.
I'll be home.
You're the one who taught me how to love.
The one who taught me how to read. With you I know the stars are all we need. For even the stars come grace this world again, lighting the path for you to follow. You'll be back someday.
You'll come and join me.
There's no need to feel dismay. Let this promise ring true and not be hollow.
We will
Rest in love at last. When the future meets the past, you will rest in love at last.
and we'll be home. My love, I am free at last.
Oh, guide me home. Good luck on your next adventure, Stop.
heavy and it was a lonely journey now, but every time he looked up to the stars, he smiled. His next adventure was his kingdom. Hers was leagues above it. He shared their adventures and had them written down, so they could be shared long after he was gone.
I thought that I would give the world to keep her in my arms, but she was so much of my world. It made the price too high, and so I had to let her go. She found her dream, her adventure. I was not the one to keep her from it. Dream of adventure, run far away to every land you find where to stay. Dream of tomorrow, of what dreams could be. Go follow your dreaming, set yourself free.
William was the greatest king the kingdom ever had. His people were grateful for his leadership and compassion. Eventually, he found love again. It was a different kind of love than that which he and Estelle shared, but it was love nonetheless. Estelle watched them from above, happy to see him smile. Dream of adventure, dream of rebirth, find your new self at home.
Or travel the earth, dream of beginnings, don't be fearful of ends.
Watch how the river rushes and follow its bed.
Dream that you can find the stars, make your dream come true. Find where you are meant to go, and love will follow you. If you stray from the path, you will find a new way. Fix the journey head on, you'll find where to stay. Dream of adventure, find where you dream of adventure, dream of the sky. Learn how to live, not just breathe. Think of your yearnings, follow them through. Dream of adventure, for it dreams of you. Dream of adventure, guide us, we pray. It's right in your heroes. Come one day, honor those people. Praise of the towers, no days easy to. Let them rest.
Years passed and Will grew old. His hair turned gray and his children had children themselves. It was on a warm spring night that he stepped up into the balcony looking at the stars.
Hello, Stell. I think it's nearly time I come and join you.
He looked out into the darkness, thinking about her and their adventures. He thought of the demons and dragons. He wondered what had ever happened to the pirates.
The kingdom you hated so much is gone now, Stell. At least I hope it is. I certainly did my best to try and fix it. How lucky you are to be up there lighting the stars. I can't think of a more grand role than to be the one who lights the stars. I'd be content just to see the hand of the person that does.
A breeze blew through his hair and he smiled. From above him he heard a a familiar voice.
Dream of adventure, dream of true love. Oh, always remember the stars above. Dream that you can light the stars and make your dream come true. Find where you are meant to go, and love will follow you. You're never forgotten, you're never through. Dream of adventure, adventure of your own. You'll have your adventure, then come
Oh, guide me.
And their adventures lived on forever after. Good night.